Alright, welcome back everybody. I said we'd be back to do this event, and we're back to do this event. Plan of action, we're going to do as much of the Roses and Muskets event as we can. And if we have time at the end and we do a stopping point, we'll resume the quest line that we had started previously with Talochard and Curve. And as I mentioned during the last stream, I made another to-do list. And on that to-do list are only a few things. We have the 4.3 event. We have that quest line. I wrote it down as Robot Detector / Melazine. I also mentioned there's that weird cat, hat, fish, moon world quest that fascinates me. So we're going to do that. Because I want to know what the hell's going on there. And then Navia's character quest. That is my 4.3 checklist, and thankfully it is a much shorter checklist because this is mostly just an update patch before Lantern Rate comes out in like a month. And I guess now might be a good time to get my thoughts out on that. So we've been revealed that it's been revealed the next characters we're getting in the next update, which will be Lantern Rite, and those characters are Cloud Retainer herself, as well as Gaming, who I love that the community is making memes about him because his name is literally just spelled gaming. In English, at least. And who knows what's going on there. Lastly, before we begin, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Helping me out here on Twitch as well as on YouTube is one of the few ways to support me. And if you want to know when I'm going to go live and what I'm going to be doing when I go live, the Discord is the way to do that. And you can find the links. You know what? My viewers are intelligent enough. I expect you to know where to go to find those links. Their childhood. I guess we could check how much of the questline is available now. It should be 3 acts, right? I said confirm button. Only Act 2? Alright. Fiction and reality. Inside and outside the frame. Is it both broken? Oh no. Just gotta wait another 20 seconds or so. Anywho. How are you doing? Put something in the comments. Type in the chat. Oh yeah, what was with that weird Charlotte item that we got in the last stream?
Meet up with everyone. Paimon even dreamt of making the film last night. If Paimon remembers right, we're meeting at Hotel de Boer. Let's get going.
Oh, that's so far away. Gotta run. Anywho. So yeah, in my personal life, things have been getting a little bit weird. I was doing some tax-related and rent-related stuff before stream started. Long story short, my landlord wants me to submit proof of income again because we're getting a new tenant. So they want to calculate the total pulled income of all of the people who are going to be renting and potential renters here because, God forbid, I've been in this place for almost 3 years now, and being unable to pay rent on time hasn't been a problem. You think 2 years of trust would mean something, but it means nothing, apparently.
Good morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
I guess you could say it went well.
Yeah, and how about you, Ayaka? What were you up to yesterday?
After we split up, Ayato went to see Udex Nervillette at the Palais Mermonia.
That definitely sounds like something Ayato would do.
I was originally thinking of going with him, but he said he could manage it himself. He told me to go see the sights around Fontaine and to enjoy the local culture. So I rode the aquabus with Yoimiya and visited the opera house on Aranias Island.
That definitely sounds like something you would do.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what we saw there. 2 mechanical puppets that were dancing together. You've already seen them, right?
The Dirge of Capellia and the Nemesis of Capellius?
Yeah, those two. Amazing, aren't they?
I've been avoiding them like the plague. I don't want to fight them.
We sat and watched for quite a while. It was mesmerizing. Like we could keep watching them forever.
Oh, it was the same for us the first time we saw them, too.
Technically, on this account, I've never gone to fight them. I never had anybody that needed their materials until recently. But now if I want to build Lynette and Freminette, I definitely have to fight them, I think. I think they get their ascension materials from them. But I just don't want to build characters anymore. It's too much work.
Well, diving, to be exact. It was the first time I ever breathed underwater. I held Ayaka's hand and we counted down together. 3, 2, 1, and then splash! We were beneath the waves.
I don't know how many of you have seen Mujin's videos about the community map for Genshin, but Yoimiya ass underwater is one of the trending memes in that community. I'm not sure if you're aware. Just wanted to put that out there. We're only 8 minutes into the video, so some of you will have gotten this far to mark this video as not safe for children, but jokes for you, it was never safe for children. Get the hell out of here. If you're under 12, you shouldn't be watching me. I am not a role model for children under the age of 12, especially on this platform. I have a few safe for children videos on the channel. I don't remember off the top of my head which ones those are, but you can go find them. Look, cartoon characters don't mean equal child. God, I hate Kappa. This is a 12+ platform. There just shouldn't be children under 12 here to begin with. Go to YouTube Kids. There's an entire mini platform for you. Personally, I would like to cultivate an 18+ audience, but I don't really have a way of regulating that since I like playing a lot of more general audience content. What is Genshin rated? Does it have a rating in the ESRB? I don't think it does, because it's like a
At first, I
live
didn't dare
service
to
game.
open my mouth. But once I couldn't hold my breath any longer, I decided to take a big breath in. Turns out the water wasn't as salty as I imagined. It didn't really taste like anything at all. Before I knew it, I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling. Ayaka said I was too nervous and needed to loosen my grip. She got used to everything way faster than I did.
This should have been an experience that we had. I wish we had our character describe these feelings.
I knew that the Traveler could do it, so I had no doubt we could do it too. That helped me feel at ease as soon as we dove in. The underwater world in Fontaine truly is beautiful. I love seeing the Romaritime flowers blossoming underwater, like little candles lighting up the streets at night.
Yeah, and there were so many creatures that we've never seen in Inazuma.
I wonder how long it's going to take before we get Kokomi here on an event. This would have been a nice event to have Kokomi here.
Like those fish that shimmer like a sword blade. Whoosh! Oh, and those big fish that call when they see people.
But I get it. Ayaka and Yoimiya are the more popular ones.
Oh, you
But
mean
me, a
Hunter's
Kokomi
Rays
enjoyer.
and Blubber Beast.
Just, well, we got her during the summer event.
I just love the name Blubber Beast. Just wait till Pops and the others hear about this. They probably won't believe a word I say.
Fuck, now I can never look at a Blubber Beast the same because of that stupid weird event with Charlotte that we got in the last stream, where that lady believed that story that if you dressed up as a Blubber Beast, you wouldn't be detected by the Gardamex. Which I think, now that I think about it, and had time to process that, is that a reference to the weird chicken costume in the Metal Gear franchise? That makes you avoid enemy detection?
Yoimiya was down there for quite a while. It was dark before we finally rode the aquabus back to the city. I figured she'd want to sleep in today.
Yeah, even I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get up. I still felt like I was drifting in the waves when I went to sleep last night. But as soon as I woke up today, I remembered that we'd all be shooting a film together, and I was ready to go.
Speaking of the film, where's everybody else?
My brother and Xavier were speaking to the restaurant owner about using the place as a filming location. They should be here soon. As for the others, We're here.
Oh, there's Chiori in her ridiculous shoes.
Please excuse my tardiness. I just finished the Special Patrol's 6-mile morning jog.
A 6-mile jog? That's more than what I would consider normal for a morning jog. For a morning jog, 1 or 2 miles should be more than enough.
Wait, 6 miles?
Because, like, the average person only walks, like, 5 miles a day. You're putting in 6 just as a morning jog.
I'm so tired. I heard you all chatting, so I decided to come down. I sure could use some of that endless energy everyone else has. Good morning, everyone. Morning. Can someone fetch me a cup of coffee? More milk, hold the sugar. Sure. I'd be happy to do that for you.
No, you can't go anywhere. Please, have a seat over here so I can get started on your makeup. The last thing I want is coffee stains on my costumes.
I can get the coffee. It's the perfect job for an assistant.
I forgot that that was the job we settled on for you. There she goes.
So much energy. Seriously, what's her secret?
Oh, Yoimiya's always like that. But you sure look exhausted, Farina. It's because you're not used to waking up so early, huh?
Of course not. I spent the whole night reading the novel from cover to cover, marking sections that either need to be omitted or adapted.
So why did you, I mean, it's important that you've read the novel cover to cover, but I think you should have read the script cover to cover first? Or, since I had already read the novel, to my knowledge.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect you to be so thorough.
Well, I was the biggest star in Olifontaine after all. It takes more than just a pretty face to earn a reputation like that. I know how to get serious when the situation calls for it.
Yeah, you need nepotism and talent. I'll
I
let
went
you
all
figure out
out
which one
when
is
I
more
was
important.
acting as an Archon, so why wouldn't I do the same for my own life?
Here's your coffee, Director Farina.
Have we ever gotten a first-person camera angle like this before? What the hell is going on? What is with these
thank
camera
you.
angles?
The sound of being called director.
It's just floating
and
there.
The aroma of coffee.
I guess that's why we don't get those
Feels
angles all that
almost
often.
as refreshing as hearing the birds chirping in the morning.
Ah, it seems everyone has managed to arrive on time.
Oh, good. She's just look at me in post. Just zoom in, like right there on that coffee cup. That's gonna be what I want you to do right now. And just look at it. I think it's just floating above her hand as she has her arm out like this. Wrong button. There we go.
We've reached an agreement with the restaurant owner. We are free to use the second floor to shoot our film.
Ah, so that's where you two were.
Really? That's great!
He is really looking forward to our film and hopes that providing his restaurant as a filming location will attract more customers. Well then, Mr. Xavier, I'll leave the rest to you. Okay, thanks.
I forget, who are you playing in the movie?
First, I'd like to introduce our new members. This is our prop manager, Veronique. She'll be in charge of all the film's props and items.
Darn, I was sure when I saw you in the trailer your name was going to be pronounced Veronica.
And this is Bonneau, our lighting technician.
Bonneau.
He'll be in charge of lighting and illumination to set up each scene's atmosphere.
Wow. Sure feels like we have some real professionals joining the crew now.
I mean, I haven't seen their resumes, but let's just assume they're professionals, because people do not use the word professional all that much in the correct lineage. Now, when someone is a professional, it means they get paid to do something. On a technicality, I am a professional streamer, because I get paid to do this. But if you ask me in a personal conversation how much money I make off of this, the answer is not much. We are a small-time streamer because we only have maybe 1 to 3 people ever in here popping in, and my subscriber count is not very high. So I maybe make like $60-ish to $100 and so dollars, like every other month doing this. So, it's not much, but I do this because I like doing this, not because of the money involved. Though the money would be nice, especially with tough times coming up, because I'm getting a lot of hour cuts at work, and my income is basically starting to not be what it once was.
First of all, please
Also,
allow me
costs
to
are going
first
up.
express my sincerest gratitude to everyone in the crew. When my investor informed me yesterday that he wouldn't be able to provide the funds, I really thought that this was the nail in the coffin for this film. I had no idea that I'd find so many people willing to help me on such short notice. Thank you. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
No need to be so cordial, Mr. Xavier. We're all honored to be a part of this.
Your works made a profound impression on me when I saw them back in Inazuma. I am sure that someday, this film will be remembered as a prime example of cultural exchange between Fontaine and Inazuma.
Yes, the story is the reason I agreed to join. I can't bear to even imagine what this film would look like without the very best director.
Boy, just stroking your own ego over there. Where'd the coffee cup go?
Anyway, I would like to make a promise to everyone that as the producer of this film, I'll do whatever I can to ensure that everything goes as smoothly as possible.
I need to put a file on my computer of Chiori's shoes, just so that I can have that pop up in the frame every so often whenever someone says Chiori's shoes.
This is not just my film. It also embodies the thoughts and feelings of every person here, as well as the endless effort we are about to pour into it. So, without further ado, the Two Musketeers will officially begin filming now! You may take it from here, Director Farina.
All right.
Oh,
Listen up,
that was
everyone.
a big transition. Oh, there's some more faces in here now that I don't recognize.
The first scene takes place when the two young musketeers are living at the Baron's home, still unaware of all that is about to happen to them. We'll need props and lighting to set the scene. Our lead actors can go get their makeup done, and extras, please take this time to go over your positions.
Are we seriously going to be shooting this in chronological order? Did we not compose a shot list beforehand so that we could actually just do the shots that are all going to use this location first? So that we don't have to come back here later?
Whoa. Seems Farina's really kicking
I've
things
mentioned
into gear
before
as
in
the
previous
director.
streams that I have worked in film before. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Is everyone clear? I don't want anyone traipsing around the set like umbrella finches.
Umbrella finches.
All right. Cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready. Let's make a film that'll make some serious waves in Fontaine. Not the kind of waves that drown people. I mean, the good kind of waves.
Boy.
Seems like she's still a bit traumatized by that.
Let's be honest, Paimon. Chronologically, that was like, what, a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Time passes in Genshin, and we don't really acknowledge it all that much. Like, we were in Maripede for 45 days.
Anyway, let's go see if there's anything we can do to help.
Act 2, Fiction and Reality, inside and outside the frame.
I don't need any help here. Why don't you try asking someone else?
Yo, Mia, you're an assistant. You probably have a ton of work. Who can we talk
That's
to?
more like it.
So this is what a musket looks like.
Yeah, it's a small little flintlock.
Not exactly.
How about here?
A little more to the left.
You got it.
Hey, Yoimiya, do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine. You know, doing the lighting is kind of like designing a fireworks show. It's interesting to imagine what kind of atmosphere the lights will create.
Yeah, you can make it dark, and you can make it seem like it's filmed at night. You can make it really bright to make it feel like the sun's at a specific position in the sky.
I heard that the Traveler will be operating the camera and Paimon will be the clapper loader, right?
What do you mean you heard?
Those roles are
You
just
were in the
perfect
room
for
when
the
that
two
was
of you.
announced.
Really? Is that because it'll be easy for Paimon to hold the clapperboard while flying?
Actually, yes. That way you won't make footsteps as you approach that have to be cut out. Or as you leave.
Well, sure, there's that, but that's not exactly what I meant. I just think that after all your journeys together, you two must have developed a super close bond and just naturally know how to work with each other. If I'm not mistaken, the director will want the cameras rolling as soon as the clapperboard goes clack.
Actually, we start rolling before that.
Oh, I see.
Clapperboard gets cut out in post.
It's amazing to see the magic behind filmmaking.
Yumiya, we need lights over there, too.
The clapperboard's original purpose is basically to give the editor an idea of what scene belongs where, but it'll eventually get cut out. Depending on the editor, personally, I think I might cut it out first, because once I start editing that piece, I don't think I'm going to reference it back again. But it would be nice to but I would probably save like the main file that film roll would be from, so that way it will immediately start telling you what it is.
Oh, on it! I've got to get back to work. Chat with you later. Oh, it's exciting to see so many people working together to bring the film to life.
Does this game have ray tracing?
Seems like Yumiya's really getting into it. But she was right. We do have a super close bond, don't we?
Of course! We share brain cells.
Paimon's really happy to hear that.
Oh, they even have like the reflecting boards. Look at all the different lights they have. Is that the camera we're going to be using? I'm not tall enough. Although this one we're tall enough to stand behind. Stand on even. Can we stand on this one? It's so rare that we can climb indoors. Alright, let's help Chiyoria.
Ayaka has mentioned you to me before. She said that you two were great friends when you were kids.
No talking. I'm thinking about how to do your eyeshadow.
Ah, yes. To help me really look the part.
To achieve a more young and naive look for this scene.
Are you saying the wrinkles around my eyes are too deep?
You just have too much of a calculating look in your eyes.
You sure don't mince your words. It seems you really haven't changed much.
Quiet.
I don't think we can help. Alright, prepare to start filming.
So, this is a real musket?
No, it's just a prop weapon. Not bad. Have you seen a real musket before?
Only in books and newspapers. I made this one based on the relative shape and proportions I saw in reference images. When we're filming, some special gunpowder will be applied around the muzzle, which will help create the flash and smoke effects of a real gun being fired.
Which means it'll be up to the actors to portray the recoil.
Ah. Good, so we're not firing blanks, and nobody will accidentally die from a fake gun being fired.
That's right. The sound effects for gunshots will also be added in post-production.
So we're gonna use, like, squibs?
Thank you, Veronique. I think I know where to start now.
Okay, so squibs, for those who aren't informed, those are like the little pellet packets that they attach to the actor to make it look like they got shot. I don't know why they call them squibs, but that's what I've been told they're called.
However, the musket's gears and firing pin could still use some work. Adding some wear on the metallic components will make them appear more realistic. Also, be sure to rub the muskets with some oil each time before we start shooting. That'll give the impression that the firearms have been well maintained.
Good point.
I mean, we don't need to have them appear to be well maintenance. They could be a gun I found.
You seem to know a lot, Miss Chevres.
Then again, they're
I
assassins,
assume
so
you
I
use
guess
these
it
types
makes
of
sense to be
firearms
well
on a
maintained.
regular basis?
Yes, I perform routine maintenance on my weapons every day. Just like we as people need to eat and sleep, muskets need to be cleaned and maintained.
I'm sure Ayaka does something similar with her sword.
I also perform similar care for my sword every day.
Right on the
And
money.
familiarize myself with its shape and weight, to the point where it feels like a natural extension of my body.
Weapons are weapons.
Yes, this way, our weapons will never betray us in the heat of battle.
Yes, well said. It seems we have the same philosophy on this topic.
Oh, sounds like they found a common interest to talk about.
Though these props differ from the muskets I use, I can still give you some pointers.
Good. I look forward to your instruction.
First and foremost, never point the weapon at anyone, regardless of whether it's a real or prop weapon, or whether you're holding it or it's on the table. This holds for any time when you're not actively engaging an enemy.
Firearm Safety 101.
Okay, understood.
When aiming the musket, extend your arm so that it's level with your shoulder, and use your eye to look down the weapon's sights.
Like this?
No, not like this. Not like this. Like this.
Not bad. Now, try saying your lines.
Why are we gangsta shooting?
This is the end of the road for you.
That delivery could use work.
Good. Now turn your body a little. That way, you'll give your enemy less of a target to work with. And relax your shoulders. Here, allow me to demonstrate. This is the end of the road for you.
Ooh.
Huh. Excuse me, Miss Chiori.
Alright. I'm trying to find a comfortable spot
Director
in my
Farina,
chair.
there's something I wish to discuss with you.
Oh? What is it?
Like this?
Why are we cutting back to here?
Yes, much better.
What do you think?
I do see your point. But are you sure you wish to do this?
I believe it would be most fitting.
Well, if you insist. All right, I understand. Miss Ayaka, Miss Chevres, could the two of you please come over here?
See, he's gonna suggest the Chevreuse join the film, isn't he?
What's going on? Are we gonna start filming now?
Let's go see.
What is it?
I have a question for you, Miss Chevres. Would you be willing to play the role of a musketeer?
Do we not have... Why is the second role not filled? Why are we about to get to fucking filming and we still haven't filled this role?
What?
To clarify, I would like to turn over my role to Miss Chevres.
Ah, interesting. That's a funny rewrite. Oh, so that's the role you were supposed to play.
But brother...
Don't worry, Ayaka. I actually view this as a good thing. I was becoming troubled trying to set aside some time to speak to the staff at the Palais Mermonia. I would like to have some conversations about the cultural exchange between our two countries, and I've heard that the bureaucratic process here can get rather complicated. Now, I will be able to focus on my work. Besides, you also know that I'm not really one for public performances.
Are you really sure?
I wasn't sure who he was playing. I thought they might cast him as the villain or something.
From a director's point of view,
Or like the
I also
Baron,
felt like the
or
relationship
like
between the two musketeers in the
The
original
blind man that
story
we read
could
in
be
the little
improved.
section of the book that is the one who trains them.
The older brother in the story plays the lead role with his overbearing character. But this causes his character to overshadow that of his sister, and the theme of the two supporting and relying on each other isn't conveyed very well. But if we were to change the siblings to two sisters of a similar age, then that aspect of the story might come through more clearly.
That's a huge rewrite, though.
Also, I've seen you instructing Ayaka. That cold and dignified personality is exactly what we need for the older musketeer.
Of course, even with all these insights, the decision should still be made by Miss Chevres.
I don't know if she has that much free time, to be honest.
Chevres mentioned that she really likes the story, right? Paimon bets that she'll take the role.
But it also feels weird. I'm gonna play the older brother? Okay. But she still have to prioritize her work.
All right, I'll take the role.
Wow! I mean, I'm not surprised, really.
Good. It's decided then.
We kind of know
I'll
from the
get started
trailer
on
that she
making
probably
edits to
takes the
the
role
script.
anyway. But I guess that makes sense now. So it wasn't that the role wasn't already filled, it's just Ayato was supposed to play the role of the older brother.
We'll also need to make some immediate adjustments to the lighting, props, and costumes. I have a feeling that our adaptation will be even better than the original story.
This is something that I'm not a big fan of when it comes to rewrites. You shouldn't be trying to make it better than the original. You should be trying... because nothing should try to serve as a replacement for the original. It's fine to make big changes, but the end goal should not be to be better than the original, unless the original is absolutely terrible. Like, for instance, Starship Troopers is a very interesting take on the original, that I would argue is better than the original. That shouldn't be your goal, but it doesn't mean to say it can't happen.
You're doing a great favor for me, Miss Chevreuse. You have my gratitude.
Don't mention it. I like this character, so if anything, I should be the one thanking you.
Well, since my brother is the one who brought up the idea, I suppose there's no need to worry. Let's go, Miss Chevreuse. I look forward to working with you.
Okay, good. So that is just her uniform and not like a costume then.
Please, just call me Chevreuse.
Seems like you're really going out of your way to solve the problem I was having with your makeup.
Surely you jest, Chiori. I assure you that I was mostly motivated by a desire to spend more time on formal business.
Oh, come on. You really think I'd buy that? According to what I've heard from Ayaka, her brother is someone who can juggle 10 different matters at the same time. I'm sure you have other reasons for backing out.
Perhaps. Ayaka always said she wanted to go out and see more of the world, just like the Traveler. But I feel that she needs not only to see other nations, but also to make some different kinds of friends. I think it would be harder for her to make new connections with me constantly by her side. I would like to give her some space.
God, you're a great older brother.
Alright, go on. Spoil her some more.
Ayato, it's too bad you're stepping down from the role. Paimon really wanted to see you act as a musketeer.
This is justice. This is the punishment you deserve. Let's be honest, though. If Ayato hadn't spoken up and stepped down, we might have been slapped with his role. I think it's really neat that they're going to give it to Chevreuse. This is justice.
No need to poke fun at me. I'd wager that you also felt that I wasn't the best candidate for the role.
No, I actually thought you would have been fine in the role, personally. I can't speak for Paimon and the Traveler, but for the most part, I thought you would have been fine in the role. From what little section of the book we got to read, I think you would have been fine in that role.
It's a little hard for Paimon to imagine you saying those lines.
So you're gonna go back to work now?
Yes. I've made an appointment to meet some people from the Palais Mermonia. Now, I will have some more time to prepare.
Out of all of the characters, though, from Inazuma... If I only had to pick characters from Inazuma, Toma might have been the best one for the role, personally. But Ayato is more than capable.
Traveler, get the camera ready. Paimon, get the clapperboard. Actors, to your positions. We're about to start shooting the first scene.
Actually, Toma is fucking the attendant of Ayaka. Why is he not here?
Go on now.
He's the direct
And please
attendant to
take
the
good care of
Kamisatos.
Ayaka.
They shouldn't be here on their own. I mean, I guess Yoimiya's here, but they're just like, what is the relationship between Yoimiya and the Kamisatos? I know that she's worked with them, but I don't think they have like a formal relationship outside or like a business relationship. I think it's more of like a friend thing.
Yep, don't worry.
You can count on us.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing the film when it's finished.
Same. Am I gonna have to do the weird film minigame again?
All right. Now that we're all here, let me help set the scene for everyone. The first scene takes place when our two main characters are still living at the Baron's estate. They've been ostracized and verbally abused by others in the household, but they still have no idea why. We want to capture how naive and innocent they are, despite their pain.
So, as much as I love this, I feel like if they were going to do a film design for this, they probably should have had, like, alternate outfits prepared for the characters that are going to be in the film. I know that Ayaka's outfit is already a Fontanian dress, but it's supposed to be a different character from a different novel.
Chevres will be playing the role of the older sister, Tulip, and Ayaka will be the younger sister, Iris. Be sure to get close-ups of the main characters at the right moment. Silence on the set! Lights! Camera! Action!
I can't read that slate. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to edit this one. I don't know who you're getting for post-production, but, as much as I need the work, I'm not taking this one.
Let's go!
I don't speak whatever that language is.
Tulip, Mother's been out for quite a while now.
They changed the dialogue boxes. Iris, played by Kamasato Ayata.
Perhaps she went to pick some flowers on the way home. You know how she loves flowers.
Iris, Tulip, I'm home.
Rain.
Mother, you were out for so long, we were beginning to worry about you.
I get a shop.
I'm sorry, but I'm back now, safe and sound.
There's
Here, I brought your favorite treat, apple turnovers.
we have, 5 different cameras. How are we just running between all of them?
Mother, what are those bruises on your hand?
Close up on the mother.
Huh? What bruises? Oh, I must have bumped into something while I was working yesterday.
But I didn't notice them this morning.
What No, the camera choices shouldn't be left up to my discretion. This should have been, decided already in the shot list.
Then perhaps they're from when I accidentally tripped when I was out just now.
She got hit by a door. It's fine.
By the way, did you have fun playing at home?
What do I want? I'm fine. Just give me a corn dog.
What's the matter, Iris?
Focus on Iris.
We've realized that no one really wants to play with us.
Damn, that's some good acting right there.
They even took Iris's doll and spat at us.
Spat at us? God, kids are so cruel. I keep saying this, but children are cruel.
And they even called us names. They said we were...
Shh. It's all right. Don't worry. Girls, listen to me.
Let's do a pan.
It doesn't matter what anyone says. Don't listen to them. No
Wasn't there,
one can define you
cameras
with
right
such
there?
words.
On next to this railing?
You both have wonderful lives ahead of you. Just like your names. You will both blossom like beautiful flowers. Maybe your time to blossom hasn't quite come yet, but one day, you two will bloom more beautifully than anything else. Don't let the soil you're in now ruin your future
Nah, I don't need
beauty.
a drink. I drink my water
Understand?
already.
My dear daughters.
And cut! Not bad. The actors' emotions were all on point. Let's keep that take. Also, if our clapper loader could avoid shouting at the start of the scene next time...
What? That's gonna get edited out. It doesn't matter.
Oh, got it.
Great. I was a little worried that my nerves would get the better of me.
Thanks for the follow,
What
Tessa.
about you, Chevres?
I felt fine. The lines weren't too difficult at all. Seems like Farina must have adapted the role nicely.
You two were great. I couldn't tell it was your first time acting in a film. You should have more confidence.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Whoa. What happened there?
Positions, everyone! We'll move on to the next scene after we try a few more camera angles.
1 second, I need to open something in another window. I want to open my stream manager real quick. Oh, and I forgot to start my timer even though I set it up. So yeah. So we still are going to be doing that 10 pull every hour thing. And that's going to keep happening. So we're about to hit the 1 hour mark in about 17 minutes. So I guess I'll set a timer right now before I forget. So we'll put 17 minutes on the clock now and hit start. So that's going there. Everything proceeds at a great pace. Alright.
This scene is when our two characters return home, only to discover their mother has been murdered. Ready? Lights! Camera! Action!
Mother, we're back. Mother?
She's dead, Jim.
What's wrong, Tulip?
Iris, stay away!
Huh? Why? What's...
Ooh.
Mother! Mother!
Oh, come on. We could put more blood on screen than that.
There's poison in this cup.
Oh, that's right, she's poisoned. I forgot. She doesn't get shot.
I could have sworn I've seen this kind of cup before.
Those aristocrats. They didn't even try to cover up their actions.
Preserve the scene, let the authorities handle it, is what I would say. But we're adapting a novel here.
Iris, we need to leave this place.
Leave? But now that Mother is gone, where can we even go?
Who's gonna play the blind guy that trains them?
Anywhere.
That's what I want to know.
All
It's
I
probably
know
gonna be
is
your
that we
nameless
can't
NPC,
stay in
but
this house.
But are we just going to let them get away with this?
no, we will get revenge. We will get justice.
We'll have our revenge, I promise you. Just not right now.
I can't take this seriously because I keep seeing that played by Kamisato Ayaka at the bottom.
Come on.
But there's got to be something funny about an actor playing an actor playing an actor.
No, wait. We can't just leave Mother here like this. At least let me leave this rose with her.
There it is, the Rainbow Rose.
That's why we went out in the first place. To buy her this flower.
All right. Goodbye, Mother. We'll avenge you. Someday.
And cut! Beautiful! Great performance!
I still think it's funny that they'll say cut when reality in editing we're going to cut a little bit before that.
Oh my, you're so amazing, Ayaka! And were those real tears I saw? How did you do it?
I used to be able to cry on demand. I can't do it anymore. My ducts are starting to dry up as I'm getting older.
Thank you for the kind compliment.
Cried too much as a kid. Now I can't
Actually,
cry as an adult.
As soon as director Farina said action,
Being said, I did cry
told
when
myself not to think about
we got to that
anything.
Junior's Odd portion of the
I just
Sumeru
felt
Archon
the weight of
quest.
the moment and became the character. It's quite similar to practicing the art of the sword. You clear your mind and focus only on what's happening in front of you.
So when I used to be able to cry on demand, I can almost do it now. Oh, it's working. Yep, I got a tear. It actually kind of hurts. Oh, that hurts. I just think extremely sad thoughts. Lost loved ones. Things I wish didn't happen and stuff like that, and I can get tears in my eyes. I missed out. I could have been a great actor.
Ayaka's performance was amazing. Have I discovered an acting prodigy?
No, she's just always been good at it.
Pipe down, everyone! We need to move on to the next scene!
Also, we're reading minds again. I love that meme where someone's telling a flashback. It's like, how did you tell the parts that you weren't there for? Why can we hear Farina's thoughts? I mean, maybe it makes sense that we can hear Farina's thoughts. We did literally jump into her mind because we touched her tear that one time because of hydro synergy or whatever. But considering she wasn't the Hydro Archon, it makes even less sense that that worked. I guess we'll just lump it up under the umbrella of very powerful emotions, and the Oratrice was doing shenanigans at the time. And I also hope that nobody is watching this that hasn't caught up to at least the 4.2 Archon quest. And that's one of the reasons why these streams don't do so well, is because a lot of people either don't want to spoil themselves because they're not caught up on the story, and the people who are caught up on the story are already a much smaller group.
Huh? Are we done already?
Like, I actually don't go and watch other streamers doing it until their stuff is. I'll go, which is why I try to get through the content as quickly as I can, so that I can actually watch a lot of the other streamers' reactions. Like, I'm a big fan of Roger Base's reactions, I'm a big fan of Marco Meatball's reactions, and there's a few others that I won't mention here, but those are the ones that I've mentioned before, so I'll mention them again here. Those are the big ones. I guess there's the Doro44. He's like the big one you probably all know. The Jonathan is another one that I follow. Sometimes I watch Tuanto. It depends. He doesn't always put his playthrough stuff up.
How do you feel, Traveler?
We're primarily a story
Sore from
channel
holding the
here.
camera all day?
We play games with big and important stories. We weren't originally a Genshin streaming channel, but it's kind of turned into that at this point. This is the 101 stream that we've done of this.
Good work, you two.
You too, Shivers. You were quite the actress today.
I've read this novel many times before. I have a good grasp of my character's mindset. Anyway, do you
Minus all the
remember my
changes
request
Farina's
from
probably gonna
yesterday?
do.
Oh, right! We were having so much fun that Paimon nearly forgot.
Right, I forgot about
Well,
that.
the case where the murders seem really similar to the cases in the novel, right? So, how are they similar exactly?
Poison tea, left with a rose. Shot person, left with a rose.
In the story, the main characters grow up to become two musketeers, always using their guns to carry out their revenge. And on each of the victims, they place a rainbow rose as a signal that they've returned.
There were rainbow roses in your case, too?
Yes, that's correct. We found rainbow roses just like in the novel. Seems like you're connecting the dots now.
We're not exactly connecting the dots. I could have sworn you already told us that.
Oh, that does sound pretty concerning. Especially after seeing the script today. Oh, now Paimon can't stop wondering what kind of ulterior motive the murderer might have. What do you think, Traveler? You're smart. Paimon wants to hear your thoughts.
If we're only here to assist, then I think we can join the case.
Good. On behalf of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, thank you for your dedication to justice. There's no time to lose. We should start investigating right away. Follow me.
Huh?
I love how almost everything in Fontaine boils
Paimon's so tired.
down to an investigation.
The most valuable intel always comes after nightfall.
Yeah.
They are like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea. If you don't stay vigilant, you will pass right by them in the fog.
Ships passing in the sea.
That's how one of my favorite books always puts it, at least.
So, where are we going right now?
Let's start by checking out some workshops that sell mechanical components. If the culprit is making their own weapons, it's very likely that they'll visit those sort of places.
You know, when we were being introduced to Chevreuse as a character, Bookworm is not on the list of character traits that I expected from her. I expected someone with a serious side and someone with a lighter side. That was my personal impression of the character when I saw their design and what I took away from her in the trailer. Bookworm, not on that list. Ayaka being a good actor, that is within the realm of expectations for me, though. Oh, look at that. We're getting a little bit of a spike and lag up there. Look at that ping. It's just piling up. Oh, no, it dropped back down to 200. Oh, it's dropping. It's dropping. Hang on. Oh, that's back to normal levels. In and around 100 is what I would expect normally. Oh, we're back in the green.
Welcome to Le Show's Clockwork Workshop. How can I help you?
Hello. I'd like to know if anyone has purchased some special components lately.
Special components? Sorry, could you be more specific?
I mean the kind of components that aren't typically used for clockwork toys, but for firearms.
Is that Brandon McClinnis?
Huh? For firearms? No, we don't sell those sort of things here.
Don't misunderstand. I'm not here to cause any trouble. We are merely investigating a case, and we're hoping that you could cooperate.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm not even sure what kind of components that would entail.
Has anyone ever purchased components here as an individual rather than on behalf of an organization?
We have a lot of customers who buy toys, but those who buy components are all regular customers who buy in bulk on behalf of their organization.
Is that so? I understand. Thank you for your cooperation.
You're welcome. It's the least I can do.
Okay, now we go to Beaumont Workshop, which we made a funny little trailer for, which like I mentioned I was going to in editing post, which I did last night for it. I actually went and added some filters to it, as well as made it a little bit more old-timey.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Because meanwhile, in the 1920s, it is one of my favorite little meme voices that I sometimes do. That being said, looking at it in post, I didn't do as good of a job as I could have. Not my most notable performance.
Oh, hey, Chevris. Run out of oil for your musket again?
Hello, Estelle. I want to know if anyone has come to your shop recently to order some firearm components.
Oh, is this another case? Let me think. I don't think so. Some people have requested that I make some prop guns for the Fontanalia Film Festival, but I refused all of those requests.
Oh? Why's that?
You don't want people with prop guns running around?
Because there's no profit! I only make things here that can do some real heavy lifting. I don't have the energy to make some new molds just for the festival.
A prop mold for a gun, though, that'll see use outside of the festival. It might be nice just to make a mold for that long term anyway.
Then has anybody come specifically looking for mechanical components?
I also just noticed that she's using core lapis over there on the furnace.
Wow.
Nice touch.
I usually sell off my scrap to the Fleuve Cendre. I don't typically give them to one specific person.
I understand. Thanks for your cooperation.
That's my mom. Hang on. Alright. I'm working on Christmas, unfortunately, so they're asking if I could pop in for at least for an hour or two before work, and I'll try to do that. That's basically what that's going on.
Don't mention it. Always happy to have the Musketeers' patronage.
For those watching on YouTube, it's December 23rd when I'm live streaming this. Whereas I probably won't have this put up on the YouTube channel. We've acquired a huge backlog of videos right now, so this will probably be on the channel maybe around New Year's.
Seems like we haven't found any leads to go off yet.
Unless one of them's lying. I'm more inclined to believe Estelle, though.
Yeah, unfortunately. Alright, let's head to Fleuve Cendre next.
Are you sure? People might not be so thrilled to see the captain of the special patrol there.
You think so, huh? Then I guess you don't know
Huh? Know what?
that I grew up in Fleuve Sandra.
Lusandra. Oh, the stupid quest lines. I've never done this daily quest, so I have no clue what's going on here. Oh, because there's kids standing here? You can't move them out of the way? You won't find the hiding spot I picked this time. If you hide in those places, it'll be your parents who come looking for you, not me. What are you doing? I'm playing hide and seek with my brother. Trouble is, well, he knows where all my hiding spots. For Rit, we've been playing this game for so long, you've hidden everywhere there is to hide. As for those places where you can't hide, fuck! It's been an hour. Well, let's set the timer for another hour and hit start. We'll do the poll immediately as soon as I'm out of this dialogue tree. Those places aren't dangerous. Mom and Dad exaggerate way too much. But when you hide those places, your clothes and pants will get dirty or torn. Mom and Dad will work hard enough first, don't give them any extra work to worry about. Oh, alright. Why don't I join in? Really? You want to play with me? Don't make trouble for others. Sorry to bother you. All he ever thinks about is playing. Don't worry, I've got time. No, I don't really. Awesome. See, brother? He agreed. He'll definitely hide better than you. Just watch. Alright, in that case, I'll be counting on you. Don't hide in those places I told you about. Our parents get back and they're getting back late today. Your clothes are tattered. No one's going to help you patch them up. Got it, got it. Such a nag. I'm going to go hide now. You hide too, quickly. You go first. I already know where I'm hiding. Really? You're bragging already? It's going to find you for sure. When will Verrett grow up? Not hiding. I never really intended to. If Verrett didn't bother as often as he does, I would prefer to read my books a while more. Our parents work so hard, and I've got to grow up fast and help them lighten their load. But Verrett keeps saying that he misses Mom, so I have to accompany him. This way he'll stop crying for a bit. If I've said too much, I'll be waiting at the meeting spot. I can only hope that Verrett won't dirty his clothes this time. Well, where would I hide if I was a child? Probably behind or in one of these boxes, personally. Oh, there he is. Ooh, hiding under there would have been neat. Family, did brother tell you about this spot? No, he didn't. Alright, I guess you're pretty good at this. I'm gonna go to our meeting place. Did you tell him about my spot? How did he find me that quickly? I didn't find you that quickly, I'll be honest. I'll tell you the sport, your hiding spots are way too obvious. Experience is on my side, I fear. Alright, Matt. I'll be right over. Our parents at home in the day. Big brother's always reading. No one has time to play. Well, you know what you can do. You can read books in the shelves. There's more useful in playing hide and seek. Well, I'd rather go look for more than sewing from her. Alrighty. Just a minute. I will be right back, which is why we have this nice little transition for you. Open that, open that. Probably should have played an ad, opened the store again like an idiot. Oh, this is the thing I hate about playing Star Rail and Genshin back and forth. Unfortunately, the confirm and select buttons are, the confirm and return buttons are literally swapped in that.
It's the PlayStation argument all over.
Oh yeah, I hate this nonsense. Where are we going in here? Investigate Fleur Chandra. Okay. Okay, where was I? Has this always been here? I guess. Oh, we'll talk to her. Emerald.
Hello. I'd like to ask some questions.
I don't know anything.
Don't worry. I'm not here to arrest anybody.
You say that now.
It's the truth. Here. Take this as my guarantee.
Wait, did Paimon just see what she thinks she saw? Is the captain of the special patrol bribing a citizen?
Police? Bribing people? Nah. This is more information brokering than bribing, actually.
Seems you're different from the other guards. What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything related to Muskets in Fleuve Cendre lately? Anything at all?
Muskets, huh? All I know is that about 2 weeks ago, we started hearing some loud noises at night. So loud that it's been waking me up.
Were they gunshots?
Possibly. It's hard to tell around here. Someone's house collapsing, a pipe exploding somewhere, it's all the same. But the noises I'm talking about definitely happened after I fell asleep.
I would imagine if someone fired a gunshot in a sewer system, that shit would echo and be loud as all sin.
Do you know where the noises were coming from?
Nothing quiet. I think it would wake up everybody. I think it's really weird that in the main story for Genshin, we visit this place quite often, but we never really address the fact that a large chunk of the society is living in the sewers.
I don't remember clearly.
Is it that you don't remember, or that you need to think about it some more?
You tell me.
Then please, think about it some more.
She's giving her even more.
I didn't see anything. You don't have to fucking hide about it. Information brokers are a thing. Is it a corrupt business that shouldn't exist? Yes. But if there is a need, the market will provide it. It's like the only part of capitalism that you can really count on is that black markets will always appear if the market isn't providing something. Information is still capital. It's just not the kind of capital that you can usually use it, so cash in on it when you can, I guess.
Also, you signed the EULA, and no one reads those, but they always say, we'll collect your data.
Well, I do read the EULA, though, because I'm weird. It's like, I got 10 minutes, I can read a EULA.
The noises came from the end of the Southern Waterway. I came out and had a look for myself when I wasn't sleeping well, but I didn't dare get too close. That's all I know.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Thanks for the pâte de fruits.
Pâte de fruits.
No need to be surprised. I grew up here, remember? I know how to get people around here to talk.
Yeah, Matt, you got a point. If Chevrolet gives me my hat, I'd do anything she asked. In fact, I'm wearing a similar hat in the thumbnails that I have for these this series right now. I want some pot of fruit too. What talk?
Seems you catch on pretty quick. Now then, let's keep going.
All right, where to next? 2 more locations.
It's been a while, Tetro.
Please, just get on with your request.
I want to know if you've heard anybody talking about muskets lately.
Information isn't free, you know.
I've heard that bandits have been extremely active in the countryside recently, and they've been affecting the delivery of goods to Poisson. I can allocate some more manpower to help out with that problem. What do you say?
You're still as helpful as ever. One of our men got drunk at dinner about a month ago and lost his gun. 3 days later, it turned up in the corner here.
What's weird about that? He just forgot where he put it, right?
This is Fleuve Cendre, my friend. Anything of value left in the tavern won't ever make it to the next day. But that gun turned out to be an exception. It didn't get any new wear and tear on it, and didn't even appear to have been fired. We were quite mystified as to what could have happened.
I suspect it came back because the weapon was already known to the guards.
You mean a criminal was afraid the Marechaussee Phantom would use the shot marks to track them down? Maybe. But if that's the case, the culprit really took great care to avoid getting caught.
Why would you just leave a gun in a bar?
I didn't say anything about a criminal.
In Floof Sandra, knowing who was killed is as easy as knowing what clothes you're wearing today. It's the guy living in the East Side, isn't it? I've never liked him. Every time he's here, he just orders a drink and sits there with a nasty look in his eyes.
You know, normally bartenders like those kind of customers because they just sit there, they pay you, and then they don't talk to you.
So, who was the one who lost the gun in the first place?
Don't bother. Even if you ask, he wouldn't admit to owning a gun to some strangers. Not to mention the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
He's right.
I know you grew up here, Chevrolet. Even though you're on good terms with the Spina, you've still been gone too long. Not many people know you here now, and a lot of people don't like the Special Patrol.
I know.
So take my advice and don't show your face too much around here. It's for your own safety.
There's too many fucking different police forces just involved in this one fucking city. We have the Marechaussee Phantom, we have the guards, we have the Special Services Security Patrol, and I'm sure I'm forgetting one. There's like a Navy, but we haven't met anybody from it yet.
I'll come and go as I please, and I'm afraid I'll be appearing more often due to my work.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn you.
You really didn't warn us. I'm stuck behind the stool. Okay. One last person to interrogate. Fuck, I just realized we didn't do that 10 pull. I'm an idiot. Ah!
I think the only last police forces we need are the Knights of Favonius and the,
I mean, no, I'm just talking about Justin Fontaine.
Yeah, but we can always add more. Let's add the Knights of Favonius and the people from,
What, the Millilith?
the Millilith? Yeah. No.
They're the police force in Leeway.
Yeah. Millilith. Let's get them involved. Fuck it.
And that's not even counting like the secret police force that fucking, what's her name? Not Yanfei, Yalan runs. I can't remember what they're called. Purple. Okay, what do we get? What do we get? I'm guessing 3 Harbingers of Dawn. Hey, another Sucrose. I'd actually rather get Sucrose than the other people on the banner. I mean, I'd like to have a Candace just to have them. Favonius Warbow. I needed another one of those, I think. It wouldn't be a 10 pull without the Harbinger of Dawn. This stupid sword that's glued to my account.
I have 2.
Yeah. I said 3, right? Please tell me I didn't get 3 again. Oh, thank God. Oh, well. Well, let's, go into characters. 'Cause I now have a Sucrose constellation. What does her first constellation even do? A stable animal-patosis creation 6308 contains 1 additional charge. Yeah, it was Sucrose. I could never tell. Yes, that's the skill.
Yeah.
Cool, she has an extra charge of the skill.
I think that's the minimum of what people expect of a Sucrose, just to at least have a C1.
Yeah, it's good enough for me. I mean, I have a C6 Kale that I need to get around to finish building. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to look at was Amber weapons. Favonius Warbow.
Yeah.
Because now I have I can refine that further. Come on. God, I hate these stupid confirm buttons. Enhance. Refine. Select material. Rank 3. Crit hits have an 80% chance to generate elemental particles now. That's pretty good. Is it 100% at R5? I don't know.
Seems like it.
Seems to go up 10 each time.
So they could screw you over and be like 95.
95. Yeah, they might. Even at 95. But this isn't a Pokemon game where the joke is like 95. If it's not 100% accurate,
That's XCOM.
it's 50%.
That's an XCOM game.
Yeah, an XCOM game. 95% accuracy. Misses 10 shots in a row. Probability is weird.
What's all this? Some broken planks and barrels, as well as some liquor bottles?
Sounds like someone's practicing shooting.
Yes, but have a closer look, Paimon. Even though somebody has purposefully tried to clean them up, these are obviously marks from musket bullets.
I mean, do they have to be marks from musket bullets? They could be hand cannon. Or like a really blunt crossbow bolt.
In other words, someone was here
Ooh,
trying
very
to
powerful
improve their
slingshot.
shot.
That is a good point.
They were using the
you've
barrels
never
and
heard
bottles
them
for target
Fire
practice.
a gun. Could just be a slingshot.
Yeah, they're hearing noises at night, but it doesn't sound like it was loud enough to be a gun.
Could it have been the killer?
Your guess is as good as mine. Although many people at Fleuve Cendra own guns, few hide the fact from others. And even fewer would go to such lengths to hide markings from practice shots.
Oh, I would imagine, yeah.
Anyway, let's go. There might be more to this.
People lose their mind doing that because they start hearing the blood move through their veins.
I have like tinnitus in one ear, so I do hear nothing out of the one ear, but sometimes it'll just sound like there's always air escaping out of it, and it's really annoying. Where to
Seems like
next?
that's all we'll be able to uncover for today.
Paimon feels like we managed to learn a lot more here than up on the surface.
Yes. Assuming that everything we found is indeed connected to our suspect, then their timeline was probably something like this. A month ago, our suspect found a gun and took it home to disassemble it. Once he'd figured out its mechanics, he brought it back. In the following weeks, he used some parts to create his own makeshift musket, and took it to the Fleuve Cendra for target practice. Then, a few days ago, he found his target and carried out the murder. Once the deed was done, he left a rainbow rose on the body, just like the scene in the novel.
That all makes sense to Paimon, but we're still no closer to figuring out the killer's identity.
About the guy who died.
The deceased was a resident of Fleuve Cendra. It's said that he was a poor, solitary man.
They gave the stink eye to the bartender. Shouldn't the guy have been a nobleman?
Yeah, that's also something I'm trying to figure out. If we are indeed following the novel, and there's a story behind the murder, then this murder should be an act of vengeance. But according to our investigation, the deceased didn't have any enemies. He was no saint, but no one's heard of a rival who hated him enough to shoot him dead. Much less care to leave a rose on his body.
Unless, my theory is, they killed him on accident, and then, or they just killed him to kill him, and then they just wanted to set it up to look like the novel to make it look like somebody did it out of revenge to replicate the novel, to deflect against them, because they maybe killed them in accident or whatnot, who knows.
What message is the killer trying to convey? And to whom exactly?
Could they be the novelist?
We've thoroughly investigated that possibility. He claims to have spent the whole day at the Opera House on the day of the murder, and the staff there have confirmed his account.
Okay, so
Good
he
alibi?
has an alibi.
Not only that, he lacks a credible motive as well. He has a family of his own, and both of his parents are still alive. I've looked into his records. He was adopted at the age of 6, and all the proper procedures were followed. There are also records of him at an orphanage before then.
Now I'm getting suspicious of him again. You did not dissuade my suspicions with that backstory.
In the story, the mother of the 2 musketeers was murdered after the children turned 10. Of course, he could have changed the children's ages, but I don't want to assume anything without evidence.
We're investigating a murder that's replicating a novel. So, she gave the novelist's backstory to see if... And it's like, oh no, he was an orphan. but he was adopted at like age 6, so it doesn't match the novel, so he can't have done it. And he has the alibi was the only thing that says he didn't do it.
More importantly, I've also had a chat with him in person.
Muskets
He didn't
and
seem like the
roses.
kind of person who would pull the trigger to kill a man.
Stephen King killer shit.
Maybe, but nothing supernatural showed up yet. We just don't have enough details, and we're not going to get them because there's like 3 more acts to this fucking quest, and the next one unlocks at like 1 o'clock tonight.
Then, what should we do now? We have all this new information, but it doesn't help us move forward.
Investigations take time. I didn't expect us to catch the culprit in just a single day. How about this? Let's spend the next few days filming with the crew. We can continue the investigation once we're done with the film.
That is a good point.
I'm sure that given time, new leads will present themselves.
Wait, but weren't you saying Intel is like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea just a moment ago? Wouldn't you just miss them if you were to stop looking?
Ah, but the book had more than one reference to the islands, Paimon.
Oh? What else did it say then?
You can leave that there, I'll throw it away.
As long as you spend enough time sailing through the fog, you'll eventually come across an island.
Well, that was a little anticlimactic, but it took about an hour and a half, which is what I expected. Oh, hang on. Lone Island glimpsed through the fog. Ah, so Act 3 is available, so I guess we can continue on. It just wasn't locked because we haven't finished it. But I don't believe Act 4 is in the game yet.
What? Never thought that the captain of the security and surveillance patrol could come from the Fleuve Cendra?
No, in fact, I'm not surprised about that at all. I'm sure it wasn't easy, though.
You mean rising through the ranks? It was a struggle, for sure. But as long as you can distinguish yourself through your accomplishments and skills, you'll eventually be recognized for your worth. If you look at it another way, my life at Fleuve Cendra has actually taught me a lot of valuable skills. Skills like how to barter with criminals or how to think in their shoes.
I mean, those are certainly skills.
Of course, I'd appreciate it if you could keep this a secret between us.
Why? Why would I keep that a secret? That's just impressive. I'd be bragging about it to everybody. It's not every day you hear a rags to riches story that's actually true. Eight to 10 the next day. Alright. It's time for Paimon o'clock. Boop. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. When are we going to address that Paimon can stop and accelerate time?
It's filming time again! Our schedule is jam-packed for the next couple of days, too. We've got so many different locations and sets to cover.
Alright, Paimon.
Anyway, let's head out and meet up with the others.
Like, no one ever thinks about that. But, like, when you're waiting for time to pass, and your character's just standing there.
I know, right?
At least pull a Metal Gear and, like, pull out a cigarette or something.
Or, like, do some what other games do, and you can only accelerate time at certain locations, like when you go to sleep.
Or you're on a bench. But even on a bench is weird.
If you literally sit there unmoving for, like, 2 days. Is that guy alive? He hasn't moved, flinched, or breathed in 2 days.
Like I said, just pull a Metal Gear. I don't remember which one it was, but past time you just pull out a cigarette and start smoking.
Is that him only in Metal Gear? I feel like that's true in, like, the Max Payne series, too. Or I might be misremembering things.
I'm sure that was a Metal Gear thing. I know it's from Metal Gear, I just don't remember which one.
It definitely sounds Metal Gear-esque. In, like, the old Elder Scrolls games, you could only accelerate time by sleeping. But I believe you could only accelerate it, like, up to the next 12 hours or so. I could be misremembering that, but...
I think in Skyrim, it's 24 hours.
It's 24. I never played Skyrim all that much, though. I played more Oblivion than Skyrim. Turn up my mic a little bit. Filming the criminal investigation process to stay paced over the next few days. Cool.
Why do we have to wait for 8 p.m. the next day then? If they were just gonna say...
We'll do this
days
tomorrow.
later.
We're just literally skipping the next few days, I guess. We're gonna go film, investigate. Film, investigate.
No,
Good
it's like,
work,
talk to the person
everyone.
at 8 o'clock.
We're
Okay,
looking
cool,
to
we're gonna
wrap with
skip
our
ahead
2
3 days.
main ladies today. I can already
Why?
smell our success.
I have no clue.
What do you mean, looking to wrap?
We're looking to finish. Means completing the filming of all the scenes.
Oh, aren't you the expert now?
I do have a background in
This
film.
upcoming scene is the 2 musketeers' final confrontation with the
I don't know
Baron.
where my vocational
There'll
certificate
be
is from
quite a bit of
CCOC,
action,
but it's somewhere.
But no choreography beyond what we've already rehearsed.
Actually, I think it's in that tub that my mom dropped off that's in the living room right now. Although, I don't know if it's in there, but I know, like, all of my certificates and shit from, like, 1st through 4th grade are in there.
Anyway, get ready. Lights, camera, action!
There's a lot of... We really only did that many shots?
The view is beautiful tonight.
Barond.
It reminds me of that fateful night 10 years ago.
The Baron is played by by a guy named Barond? Really?
And now that I've said it, I can even make out the faint fragrance of herbal tea in the air.
Enough, villain!
He's got a great vocal performance,
Time
at
that
least.
You pay for the death of our mother!
My dear Iris, have you forgotten your manners?
I still can't
How
take
can
her
you
seriously
speak
because
like
it
this
says
to your own
Iris,
father?
played by Ayaka Kamisato.
I'd sooner swallow all of my teeth than call you father.
What did I expect? Seems the daughters have turned out to be just as obstinate as their foolish mother.
Are the underlings going to be references to famous mobsters like they were in the Lynette story?
In this world, mora and status is everything.
This man speaks truth.
She thought she could blackmail me using her children and force me to grant her recognition and concessions? Ah, how naive can a woman be?
Mother never asked a single thing of you. All she wished was for us to live a peaceful life, just like the others.
This is going to be a cold take from me, but if you're not willing to take care of kids, don't fuck the maid. It's that simple. If you're nobility and you have people who work with you, don't sleep with them. It's not that hard.
It was you who personally brewed the poison of prejudice and sent Mother to her death.
And then on the event that you do, murdering them does not do you any favors.
Compared to that deadly poison, the 2 bullets that will soon pierce through your heart will be like sweet mercy.
And that's exactly why I said you're just as naive as her. Did you really think 2 muskets would be enough to defeat me?
Those aren't muskets.
I mean, musket just applies to any flintlock, Matt. But yeah. It just refers to a gun that fires a musket ball. Flintlocks technically qualify, but
That might just be more of like writing censorship so they don't say gun.
No, they have guns.
It's like how TikTok, you can't say kill.
I hate that people do that. That's why I say my streams are not for kids. I think you have to be 18 to watch. I can't remember if I have that setting turned on. I think I do. But as far as if the guy thinks that 2 muskets can't beat him, I feel like he's barking up the wrong tree. Unless he's got like a multiple bulletproof vests on underneath that cloak. Or like all 3 of these guys are willing to just jump in front of the bullet. Like, get down, Mr. President.
So let's see. What is stronger? Mora and power, or the 2 muskets in your hands?
Okay. How much more can you spend if you're dead? fuck, we're playing as Ayaka.
Tulip! There are too many of them!
It'll be okay. We'll cover each other, Iris. And Mother will be watching over us too.
Who's the new character? I could care less about the 5-star. Let me play as Chevrus, who's not actually in the game yet. She'll be on the next banner. I don't know why she's not on the banner that's with this event. She honestly should be on the banner already, in my opinion.
Drop your weapons.
Oh, no, oh shit! No, I'm on the frame. Hang on. No, cut.
You've lost.
To think I'd lose to my own
So she's
two
our first
kids.
gun user, but she uses spears.
Because we can't have a gun as a new weapon type, sadly. As much as people want it.
I want it.
I know, we had the Fatui skirmishers. They've been using guns since fucking 1.0.
We are no
Or
children
even
of
before that,
yours.
even.
You can melee with a
We'll
rifle.
never call that place our home.
Then tell me, what did you do all this for? You lost your mother, and will soon kill your father as well. What will you gain in the end, other than sentences for your crimes?
I think one of my favorite lines from the novel that they're adapting here was when they're getting bullets for the guns. They say, they went 6 bullets, so you're gonna kill 6 people? No. 2 of the bullets are for 1 person. That's how you know you fucked up.
We will gain our long-awaited justice.
Do I really need the gunshot in the subtitle? She didn't say gunshot.
It's over.
Revenge does not bring happiness, though.
Finally, it's over.
I think the camera pan following them from behind might have been a better shot, personally. As they walk away.
Who's holding this
Where
camera?
will you go now, Tulip?
Apparently me, and we're doing a shit job, personally.
I'm not too sure, Iris. Maybe somewhere with lots of flowers? After all, Mother always did love going where the blossoms were.
How the fuck are
What
we
about
the
you?
only cameraman, though, is what I want to know. How are we getting these shots?
How are you getting the aerial shots?
Want to go visit Mother's grave.
I imagine we're just doing wind, glide, camera, pan. That's what I assume we're doing. But how am I, like, over there, and over there, and over there, and over there at the same time is what I want to know.
Yeah,
You're just really
that's
fast.
not a bad idea.
Someone get the Traveler's speed feats on power scaling. We need to add this to his power scaling on Versus Battle Wiki, yeah.
Yeah.
He's capable of being in 3 places at once because he can canonically hold all these camera angles simultaneously.
Huh?
Seriously, look at that.
Tulip, look!
That's a light speed feat right there.
It's also over a cliff.
This isn't edited yet. We're not in post.
What is it?
This is live film.
It's Mother's
See the glowing red
favorite.
dot? Blink, blink.
Rainbow rose. Look, it's blooming again.
You know what? I got it. He's using a fishing pole. Wait, that's the camera?
That's one of the cameras.
Excellent! That
Nothing
was
moving that
beyond mesmerizing.
He's way too heavy.
Even I didn't expect
That big one
this
over
to
there,
go
Matt,
so
is the
well.
other camera.
And we got it in a single take.
Okay, good. Everybody set up. We gotta do 2 more takes.
Alright, everyone. We've got a wrap for Tulip and
When
Iris.
did we get the director's previous cut, where it's just Paimon playing all the roles?
Unfortunately, the director's already made massive changes. For instance, it's supposed to be a little girl and her older brother, but she decided to cast Chevrus as the older brother. To be fair, the previous actor wanted to step out. I'm fine with the change. It was justified and it made a lot of sense, but generally, huge changes like that don't go over well with audiences. It's a big risk. It can work, but since this is the first adaptation of the story, I don't think it was a wise choice. Amazing performance.
Thank you. I didn't expect our parts to wrap so quickly. I wish I could savor the experience for just a bit longer.
By the way, Erica
I
Lindbeck
totally
is the voice of
understand.
Shivers,
Paimon
Matt.
not ready to say goodbye to the clapperboard either.
That's another one of the cameras right there behind Paimon.
You were great too, Shivers.
How are we manning
Very
all of
sad,
these?
long-awaited justice. It gave Paimon chills.
That is indeed my favorite line in the whole book. I still remember trying to act it out in my room the first few times I read it.
Whoa, Paimon would have never guessed you're that type.
Yeah, here's a good view of all three of the cameras. Those are the only three cameras I've seen them using. And we definitely had more than 3 camera angles, so someone is moving these around at light speed.
Who doesn't like stories where the guilty are punished and justice prevails over evil? Don't forget, I'm the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance
They're on
Patrol.
wheels. They're meant to be pushed around.
Captain, I have something urgent to report.
We don't even know how we're getting those overhead shots.
Please excuse me, everyone. I'll be back in just a moment.
Paimon can stop time, so who knows how fucking ridiculous the Traveler is.
It's okay, don't worry about us.
That one right there has to be carried. The others have to be fucking wheeled around.
Oh? Was she whisked away by work already? I was just about to tell her how great she did.
It seemed like some urgent official business.
Yep, she's doing a criminal investigation.
Then perhaps we should thank the stars that we were able to wrap both of your parts so quickly today. Switching around the filming schedule would have been a real pain.
Oh, so we're only just done with the shots that involved the main cast, so now we just gotta get all the other stuff. Cool.
Anyway, I
Wonder how much
actually
B-roll
came
this
over
film
to
needs.
let everyone know that we're all done for today. You can go home and get some rest. And one last thing, Miss Ayaka.
Isn't this film festival only supposed to be like a week?
Skills today were
And we don't start
immaculate as
filming till like
always.
day 2
Sure you won't
of that
consider
week, and now we're like
taking up
fast forwarding
full-time
another 3
acting?
days?
See, I
How are
just
they gonna
happen to
finish
know
this in
this
post
great
for the end of the
group that's
festival?
Still looking for a lead actress.
Thank you for your kind words, Director Farina. Unfortunately, there are still many matters
Actually,
that
to
I
be
have
fair
to take
though,
care of back
I
home
don't
at the
know
Yashiro
how much
Mansion.
footage there is in
I
total.
cannot remain in
If this
Fontaine
film
to
is
pursue
going to
an
be like
acting
20
career.
minutes long, yeah, I could probably crank it out in a day, but... It all depends. I don't think they're making a feature-length film. They're making like a short film, which means this film is probably going to be like 20-30 minutes tops.
Nevertheless,
So
I
this
will
has
make
been
sure to
more like
treasure
filming a
this
TV
incredible
episode, so it could be done in a
my
week.
heart.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
shame. But I
That's how
understand.
much you're planning
Just
for.
let me know if you ever change your mind.
I mean, doing a shot list
I
in a
believe
week is
it's
not...
also about time.
Yeah,
for
there
me
was
to
no
take
shot
my
list done
leave.
in this, and that's what's annoying me the
But
most. They're
hopefully I'll
making
see
the
you on set
cameramen
over the next few
on the
days.
fly make decisions
Even
on the
though my
shots.
part's wrapped, I'd still like to swing by and help out the crew. See you tomorrow, Traveler and Paimon.
See you tomorrow, Kayaka.
See you tomorrow.
Alright, let's go follow Chevreuse, I guess.
Well, what should we do next? Maybe we'll go investigate the case some more with Shivers today.
Traveler, Paimon.
Oh,
please
she's
come
back.
With me.
Huh? Where are we going?
You could say that our ship has finally chanced upon one of those small, remote islands of intel.
Wow, and it only took 4 days. The lonely isle glimpsed through the fog. Why are you staring at this guy? Could I ask what you were considering? I was wondering how humanity came about. That's a big question. The Melusines were born of Elnia, so I've often been wondering, how did the first human in this world... Well, if the book Before Sun and Moon is to be believed, we were created by the primordial one for reasons.
See, on the first day, God created.
I'm not from Tevat, so... Oh, is that so? Never mind, one of those thoughts across my mind. You know, there's so many things Melusines don't understand. I'm used to it. Thank you. Please take this small souvenir. Cool. Mysterious Overture. Wait, they just gave me a 5-star weapon for talking to a random Melusine? Whoa, 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 whoa. Back that up. What? Mysterious Overture. Where is it?
think that might just be an item.
What was that?
I think you passed it.
Was it a key item? What was that item I just got? I have no clue what that was. There's talent chart investigation notes. Yeah, what was that thing? Heart of Clear Springs. Oh, we got a painting from that other quest line. I didn't even notice. Whatever that was, it seemed important. Where am I going with Chevreuse? Oh, that's far. We're going all the way to outside Poisson. Man, how much French do you know?
Nothing.
What do you think Poisson means?
What?
Poisson.
Poisson?
Poisson. If you had to guess, what do you think that word means? And take in mind, it's French.
I know what a croissant means.
Poisson.
Poisson.
Poisson. Poisson. This is something that I've always known offhand, but it means fish. People think it means poison, but it means fish. It's not too far off, if you really think about it, though.
Paimon's exhausted. Paimon definitely didn't expect having to float this far after a full day of filming.
I wonder how much energy flying actually consumes Paimon. How much energy Paimon consumes by flying, I mean. Because if it's a lot, that would explain why they eat so much.
So, Chevreuse, why did you take us?
I imagine it takes more energy than walking. There's no way it's efficient.
Affirmative. It wasn't anything conclusive, but it should show us a clear way forward. Have you ever heard of someone by the name of Emily?
Emily?
Oh, you mean that famous perfumer?
No, I don't know them.
She's a good friend of mine. She's lent me her aid several times in the past to resolve some difficult cases.
Boy, you are just well connected, aren't you?
After I discovered the rainbow rose at the scene of the murder, I sent it to her. After all, she's probably the foremost expert on flowers and scents in all of Fontaine.
And then?
There was nothing remarkable about the flower or the trace amounts of soil left on it. But according to Emily, the rainbow rose left by the killer was derived from a very rare cultivar.
So it's a fancy rose. In other words, it was one that they probably bought, they didn't pick.
Huh. Paimon didn't know that there were different varieties of rainbow rose. Paimon just thought they grew everywhere in the wild.
Flowers that are deliberately cultivated will always show some different features from those that bloom in the wild. We already knew that the rose left at the scene belongs to a special cultivar, but with Emily's expertise, we were able to pinpoint the place where it was first picked from.
Ah.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. So whoever first planted that rainbow rose was probably...
Precisely. And after we checked what we learned against some sales records from the past, We discovered that there's only one person in all of Fontaine who could grow and sell this specific cultivar.
Damn, they should have just picked a random rose in the wild.
Really? And who is it?
It's the novelist.
Of course it is. God.
But didn't you say he had an alibi?
To be clear, I haven't changed my mind about him. I still don't think he was the one who pulled the trigger.
Doesn't mean you can't pay a hitman.
However, that doesn't mean the true culprit never visited him at his home or never purchased a rainbow rose from his garden. Whatever the case, we will have to confirm a number of things with him.
So you mean the next place we need to go is...
Gotta talk to the author.
Yes, we're going to pay him a visit at his home.
It's just a random painting sitting here. Why is this just sitting here? You know, people like to make fun of Inazuma, how there's like so many people and so few houses. I think people aren't picking on Fontaine enough. What is with these random houses in the middle of fucking nowhere?
There are so many Gardamex stationed around the place. That's pretty unusual, right?
He's a suspect in a murder case, despite having an alibi, so police presence should be expected, Paimon.
According to what he told me last time we spoke, he hired them so he won't be harassed or disturbed.
Huh. So there are a lot of flowers in his garden, but Paimon doesn't think we'll be able to pick one without alerting the Gardamex.
Oh, so that's it. I've never heard of that artifact set. That's probably why I didn't recognize it.
Right. Which is exactly why I think there has to be a special connection between him and the killer.
I haven't did artifact grinding since, like, that third region in the Sumeru Desert came out.
So,
what was it, 3.8?
Should we knock?
Just wait here for now. I'd like to take care of a number of those Gardamex first.
Increases normal and charged attack damage by 15%.
But they're so far away.
HP
How are you planning to do that?
Crit rate will increase by 12% for 5 seconds. Max 3 stacks.
Oh, I heard about this one. This is the one that people say is really good on Farina because her abilities drain her HP.
Don't forget, Paimon. I'm actually the
And
real-life captain of the Musketeers.
What do you do, Noelle?
Yep. Noelle Farina is apparently a really powerful team right now. It's like, I'm told it's like one of the best DPS teams right now. So you do Farina, Noelle, and then you either do a second Hydro unit or an Electro unit, or you do a second Geo unit and a second Hydro unit.
You have the 4-piece to Noelle, activate the shield, and you just start spinning.
Yep.
That's a free 36% crit chance right there.
I guess we're doing sharpshooting now. Damn, how powerful is this gun if it's killing these things in 2 hits?
How unaware are these people?
These are Gardamex. Although this is way too quiet for...
Once and they're like, huh, there's the wind.
That is way too quiet for a fucking gun to be going off.
Why are they not going on high alert after the first shot?
It's like, ow, what was that? Must have been a rock. Ow, I'm dead.
All clear. Let's go.
Oh, wait! Paimon's a little nervous now that we know he could be the killer. Can we go over our plan of action again?
This feels really confrontational for what should be the end of the questline. There's still 3 more acts after this.
I'll go knock on the door and make sure it's safe inside. Once we're sure that we're in the clear, I'll ask him to come with us for a quick round of questioning at the guard's headquarters.
What happens?
We're going to the novelist. He wrote the novel.
But can't we just arrest him?
We still have no evidence that he's the killer, or that he lent the killer any direct aid. Still, it would be appreciated if you could pick a rainbow rose from his garden for me while I'm talking to him. It'll help the Marashose Phantom confirm Emily's theory.
Sure, no problem.
Just be careful. Alright. I think you have more than enough evidence to arrest him. Do you have enough evidence to convict him? Definitely not.
I wouldn't arrest him, but I'd probably hold him under suspicion.
Yeah, you can definitely hold him under suspicion. The flowers that are left at the crime scenes only come from one place, this guy's garden. That's more than enough to hold him for questioning. But did he literally just go up and grab it in the cutscene so I don't actually have to go through it?
Mr. Baptiste, are you home?
Who could it be at this hour? Oh, it's you, Officer Shavras.
Would you mind accompanying me to the guard's headquarters, Mr. Baptiste? We would like to ask you some questions about a case.
I heard some people in the Reddit are calling her Chevrolet. I get the joke, but I don't find it all that funny.
Oh, is it still regarding the murder case from before?
Yeah.
I cannot confirm
It's
or deny
not
that
too
at
far
this
off
time.
the spelling of her name.
So it is then.
To be fair, how many names do you know that start with C-H-E-V?
Listen,
E-V-R.
I need you to come with me, Mr. Baptiste.
Miss Shavras, I'll save you the trouble. Oh, and you two over there? There's no need for you to pick my flowers either. It's not time for them to bloom yet.
Oh! Okay.
By saving me the trouble, you mean...
I will confess. I was the killer.
Damn. That was easy. Where's my Staples Easy button?
Huh?
He just admitted he's guilty.
Did he just admit it?
Yeah, he said, I am the killer.
Oh.
He put his hands on his hips and said, I am the killer.
Please relax, everyone. I'm not armed. The musket you're looking for has been buried in my backyard.
They don't outright say it.
He's even telling us where he hid the murder weapon now.
Then it's my responsibility to inform you, Mr. Baptiste, that everything you say right now will be used as evidence for the inevitable trial.
And then escape.
Yeah.
Leading to a 10-minute chase scene where you gotta hunt him down and he's throwing robots at you.
Well, to be fair, we killed the robots before we talked to him, so...
Yeah.
Yes, I am perfectly aware of that.
I must say, I hate this feeling.
Oh? Is it because I confessed? Or because you've been proven wrong?
Both, I suppose.
He's currently being mind controlled.
The guy in Fleuve Sandra, why'd you kill him?
For the same reason as the one I wrote out in my novel, of course. I did it to exact revenge. I know you haven't figured out the link between the two of us. Had you done so, I'd have been taken away to the headquarters a long time ago. But that won't stop me from always remembering his grotesque face. After all, he was the one who killed my mother.
Darn, that was what I was suspicious of from the beginning. Is like, maybe the guy killed his mom because he was an orphan.
Your mother is still healthy and well.
No, the one that made him an orphan, Chevreuse. You're missing the point.
You know, I was adopted as a child. I was referring to my birth mother.
That was never recorded in the orphanage's records.
Why wasn't that recorded in the orphanage's records? That seems kind of important. His mom was murdered?
Please forgive a 6-year-old child for concocting some lies to protect himself after watching his mother die right in front of him.
Ah, so the records were falsified.
So, your novel, it was like a record of your life?
No, of course not. It was a work of fiction with many embellished parts. But I am indeed the illegitimate son of a wealthy and influential man who abused his power to murder my mother. That part was 100% real.
But the man you killed didn't have a Mora to his name.
Truth is stranger than fiction. Stranger Than Fiction, also one of my favorite movies with Will Ferrell.
He was a hired assassin.
Not a comedy, it's a
An
drama.
irredeemable beast who sank his fangs into a defenseless woman just for a few bags of Mora.
Oh, so the guy you killed with the stink eye was a trained assassin. Cool.
But if that's really the truth, you wouldn't be telling us
think
any
an
of this
assassin would
now.
be
You still haven't managed to take
better
revenge
at this.
against your father, the true mastermind behind it all.
Oh shit, we're 2 minutes in. Hurry, wrap this up. I'm gonna have to do another 10 pull.
I never thought I'd hear that kind of thing from the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
I'm simply skeptical about your motives.
It's simple, really. I've grown tired of everything and don't want to shoulder this burden anymore.
Or you're covering for somebody.
You may have considered me too soft to pull the trigger. Well, as it turns out, you are exactly right. I've become overwhelmed by the aftermath of the murder.
So you're going to call a stop to your revenge, just like that?
The true mastermind is too rich and too powerful for me. I've accepted that I will never be able to avenge my mother alone.
And so what? The characters in your book never gave up.
Now, Officer Shavras, I'm the one who has killed a man, aren't I? Are you trying to convince me to commit another crime?
Yeah, that feels a little bit outside of your peer review.
What's your father's name? How do you plan to prove the veracity of all of your claims?
Well, I'd like to speak with you privately.
What are the odds it's Marcel?
Sure. Why don't we speak privately at the guard's headquarters?
No, it has to be here.
Who's a rich and
I must
powerful
ensure
person in
that we
Fontaine
won't
that
be
we haven't
overheard.
met yet? That's who I want to
Fine.
know.
Let's talk here.
When I said won't be overheard, I meant by anyone. I would like to speak with you and you alone.
Why? We can go somewhere else for now. I would love to hear the details.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
But I don't understand the point that she has to hear it alone if she's just probably going to tell us later anyway.
Stay safe, Chevres.
Well, at least there's enough plot thickening
All right.
now
Let's hear it.
to where I can understand why there's going to at least be another chapter, but another 3 chapters?
Will you really believe what I'm about to say?
No, wait, this is chapter 3. Another 2 chapters. There's another 2 chapters of this.
Well, that depends on what you're going to tell me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Then listen closely.
Okay, good. They're not going to tell us.
So that's how it's all connected.
So,
Does it relate to the
seems
synth
you believe
industry
me
again?
after all.
Do you want me to go public with this?
No, of course not. At least,
God damn it.
not
We
right
didn't
now.
make it. Alright, restarting the clock.
Then why did you bother telling me?
You've read my work. What do you think? Even if you were to go public with all of this right now, he'd simply deny everything. It's been too long. Almost 20 years.
You're only
Anything
26?
that could be used as evidence has long faded away.
God, I hate when old
Even if
characters
there
are
might
younger
have been
than
a
me. It makes me
solitary
feel so
island of
old.
truth once upon a time, it has long sunk beneath the waves by now.
That's what I get for playing games targeted at teenagers.
Justice will never find him.
Not if you don't try.
I know that as the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, you will always stand on the side of justice.
I mean, she's not even supposed to be investigating this. It's not her department. The Marchese Phantom's supposed to be investigating this.
But do you really think a cushy life in prison really constitutes justice for him? I bet he could lead an extremely comfortable life in the fortress of Meripede.
What are you trying to say?
He's like a kingpin, huh? Being in jail just means that he'll operate from a jail.
I've been observing you from a distance. Your portrayal of the musketeer was exquisite. Pull the trigger of justice against him. Let the villain get what he deserves.
You want me to let you go so you may complete your revenge?
No, Officer Shavras. I know that would be impossible. No. What I'd like is for you to perform the deed on my behalf.
Man, what's he smoking? Where can I get some?
Oh, Shiva sure is taking her time. What could they be talking about anyway?
Trust me, Paimon, you don't want to know. Just a lot of illegal shenanigans.
Paimon's worried. What if he decided to attack her?
I have full confidence in Shevers' fighting skills. If anything, he's the one I'd be worried about.
Oh, you do have a point. Still, do you have any idea who the rich person might be? And why the novelist doesn't want us to hear what he's saying to Shevers?
Wait, what if it's Mr. Morris, the investor we spoke to about at the beginning of the fucking entire quest line? That's the only other rich person I can think of that's noteworthy.
Sorry to keep you waiting, you two.
And that might be why he pulled out of funding the project, because he found out that it's an adaptation by his fucking son.
Hey, how did your talk go?
Of his son's novel. Where he murdered his fucking son's mom. Did you figure out who the rich person mentioned was?
I've already sent someone to escort Baptiste back to the headquarters for questioning. He wasn't lying about the musket. It was indeed buried in his backyard.
But what about the name? Did he tell you the name of the rich guy?
Yes, he did. But for now, I have to return to the Special Patrol. There are still a few loose ends I need to tie up.
Because if it's not that person, then it's gotta be someone we haven't met yet.
I'll probably be quite busy over the next few days, so apologies if you don't see me on set.
Because every other rich person we know is either dead or already in jail.
Alright, Paimon understands if you can't tell us everything you know. We'll just keep an eye on the Steambird then.
Actually, there's still something else I need your help with.
Speaking of the Steambird, we need to find out who kidnapped Sir Arthur. Alrighty, and that's the end of the quest line. Next one will probably be out tonight, but we won't be streaming Genshin again, I don't think, until maybe Wednesday next week. So this is going to be the end for now. By the time we resume this, yeah. One's coming out 10 hours from now, another one's coming out in 2 days, so yeah. So we'll finish up this storyline next week. I said we'd go for 3 hours, but there's not much more for me to do with here. So we could continue that other quest line, but that's going to go on longer than I would like to. So I will see you all in the next stream. Enjoy your holiday, or I hope you enjoyed your holiday if you're watching this on YouTube in the future. Bye-bye.